Hey YouTube, I'm Connor,
I'm Marissa.
and together we are
Carissa.
Wow, I
We're
think that
getting
was our
pretty good.
best one yet.
I think we're getting pretty good.
So today we're going to talk about accessibility and accessibility hacks. To be clear, this is not a video about medical equipment. This is about equipment that we use daily that kind of just makes my life and our lives easier. So we hope you enjoy it. We will provide as many links to each items as we can so that if you think that they will be useful to you, you can get them as well. So let's check it out. Hello again. So this is actually a very useful item or combination of items when I am by myself. I need to be able to get in and out of the house. So I have a accessible door opener that can open my door. Um, let's show them that. So if we look, this is a open sesame door opener system. It actually operates off of power through the phone line, which is ingenious. It also has an internal battery so that power does allow it can operate for a while. And then I put that up to a Next garage door opener. And I did that because the Next garage door opener um, comes with a fancy app. So using an app, which I will demonstrate now, I can just hit a button on my phone, which should open the door. It says it opened it. It didn't actually work. Let's try that again. There we go. It's a little finicky, yeah, but as you can see, now I'm free to leave my apartment without any help. Or vice versa, with the door now shut. As you can see, if I get home from work, I'm alone, it will let me in. Now, I would like to demonstrate. Let's go that out for a sec. One of the nice features is that the opener itself doesn't mess with the lock. So, Marissa, you want to try to open the door? You can see it's locked, but I can still open. So this is a relatively new hack that we discovered or installed. Historically, I would give keys to my caregivers. You know, they would be coming in at weird hours where I might be asleep and not be able to let them in. So keys were essential. But we had an incident where we had to let someone go and couldn't get keys back. So we bought this lock, which is Wi-Fi enabled. You want to show it to everyone? So this is a Schlonge Wi-Fi enabled lock, which allows you to give unique access codes to up to I think like 50 different people, and you can actually set schedules for when their codes work and when they don't work. So I give each of my caregivers a unique access code that only unlocks the door on their shift, and it will not unlock the door outside of their shift. So it's just a good way of keeping your home secure when you have to deal with constant caregivers that may have.
This is another accessibility feature that we have in the house. I mean, it's not super accessibility, I guess. That's
I
wrong.
mean, it is because it allows me to control it.
So this is a skylight calendar, which I mean, it's kind of been all over the news or like infomercials, so to speak. But we got it for Christmas from my parents. It is app enabled, so you can update information via an app. But we really use it so Connor can keep track of tasks for his LPNs and home health aides, just to kind of know and make sure that what he needs gets done during the day, and just a way to make sure that we're only asking them to do what's on their task list, so it's kind of generated. He comes up with his plan and how he wants to organize everybody. And
I think the nice thing is that it's prominent and it's right when they walk in.
yeah.
So they can sort of walk in, look at the board, and figure out exactly what I need them to do that day. And there's also, just to demonstrate, do you want to demonstrate the checklist? Like how they.
Yeah, so we do have a checklist. So we do have items like, if I'm putting something away or a caregiver is putting something away while Connor, with what Connor needs, they can just be added to our grocery list. If Connor's making a recipe, or low stock items if we need to. Like if we need wipes, you can just type in wipes. High stock items, if Connor has ordered too much off of Amazon and doesn't know that we don't need to order those items anymore. And then the last one is just a calendar just for us to kind of keep track of things and just what we've got going on. This also does other things. We don't use it to its fullest capacity, but just
Can you
kind
go
of.
back to the test for a second? I just want to demonstrate, like, for HH2, I haven't done this yet, but, like, click the shower button. So once it's complete.
Once you've done it and completed it, it gives you, like, the completed up here.
So that way at the end of the shift, I can hold the worker accountable if they haven't done something. I can say, hey, look, it was on your list and you didn't check it off. So it's a nice tool.
Yep. Another accessibility feature we have here is the Nest thermostat. It's great. Connor can control it via his app. I can control it manually here. Alexa can control it. It's a great invention. We're a little sad that we had to upgrade, that the original Nest is no longer being serviced. So that's a little sad. Another feature that we have here is the Roborock. It's a robot vacuum. So it's actually more than a vacuum. So it'll vacuum, it will go do carpets, it will also mop. So that's kind of something that like we've decided that's worth it in our home. So that way Connor can control what it's doing, where it's at, what locations it's deciding to mop and or vacuum.
Now we just need a robot that will empty the robot vacuum.
I'm the robot who will empty the robot vacuum.
So this one's a little bit of a cheat, I guess, because I think everyone knows about it and we weren't going to talk about it, but it's used often. So Alexa is a huge accessibility device. I use her to turn on our lights, to turn on our lights. I also use her to control the apartment temperature, which we have a Nest, which you'll see. And also, it used to use her. She theoretically links up with the next garage door opener, but that is a little finicky. So that probably only works 30% of the time. But yeah, Alexa is a huge accessibility tool as long as you're willing to give up your privacy and let her listen to you 24/7. Another accessibility tool, don't know about accessibility, so to speak, but a comfort tool for me are the ear pillows.
I don't actually know if they're ear pillows, are they?
They're butt pillows. They're butt cushions.
These guys up here.
But I sleep on my sides and my ears get really sore. So I sleep with my ear in the center of the hole. So there's no pressure on my ear, which is a great find. I discovered this after a 72-day hospital stay.
And now when we go into the hospital, we know exactly, because they usually have a very hard time about searching in their catalog and finding it. And we're like, we know we have it. Like, this is the only place we get it.
Yep.
So we now have, thanks to a nurse when we were in the hospital, a couple of times ago, who said, hey, just take a photo of this barcode right here.
Yep.
When you come in, tell them this is the code that they need to type into the system, and they'll get it for you, ordered, and, shipped to the room that you're in.
A good nurse is everything. So in addition to Alexa as a light controller, I also have this ring, which is what is it? Lotus ring. I actually participated in what do you call that?
Trial?
Participant trial for this ring. It's great. So I just hit this little button on the side. Maybe. Oh, I have to be facing the light. So it works by line of sight, which isn't super easy for me, but you can see if you get it right, it turns it off and on. The nice thing, do you want to demonstrate the actual switch box?
Oh yeah, this thing is great. So it charges via USB-C, but like you can use it as a regular panel and I can turn on and off. Additionally, it's magnetic, so I can just take it right off my rocker and use it, wherever I want another switch at. So it's super portable. We've taken it to other places, hotels and stuff, so we're able to use the lights in that space. And it literally just hooks back on, and Connor can use the light, I can use the light. It's a great tool.
I don't think they're commercially available yet, but they will be soon. Okay, this one isn't major, but they are used every day and really help me out. The first I like to call my nose cup. Can you rotate it a little bit? So you can see the one side of the rim is a bit indented. This makes it easier for me to drink. I will demonstrate that in a minute. You put that down. The next is my bowl, which is well used, as you can see. Lift it up a little bit. There you go. Ventilate that, please. You want to ventilate it? There you go. The one rim is higher than the other, which makes scooping easier for me. So that is every meal use right there, as you can tell. So now I'm going to actually demonstrate drinking from the cup. Can you give me some water, please?
Water?
Miss Manaway?
Water?
Yes. You put it down. I'm going to hand it off to you. That was a very graceful handoff. Also, we did time to demonstrate the Draco arm. This is a everyday accessibility need. As you can see, it goes up and down, pivots, up, fingers open, close, and you go side to side, forward and back, and then if I count right, you can make the joints pivot the wrist. Right, now, I use this every day, and I'm usually pretty good with it, but I have found that when people are watching me, I'm not so good. So let's see if I can grab it and not spill. What do you think, Melissa? Think I'll do it?
Yep.
She has more faith in me than I do. So I grabbed it, and what you'll notice with the nose hub, we want the opening of the nose to kind of be aligned with the bridge of my nose, which makes getting the bottom of the liquid easier because you can just tilt all the way up on the drink, so I can't talk.
You can't talk while you drink?
Mm-mm.
Well, that sucks. So right now he's just taking a drink of his water. Using the multiple controls and different joints, he's able to move however he
Ugh.
needs to put the cup down. Oh, did you hear that he just did? He's implying that because he's drinking water, it's gross.
Who drinks water willingly? So there you go. 3 accessibility tools. The Jake alarm, the nose up, and the fancy bowl.
Alrighty, another accessibility feature within our home that solves the problem of Connor knowing where all the items are in our home is this low-tech alternative. It's technically low-tech, but it does take a lot of patience and persistence. Basically, I have categorized all of our cabinets and gave them a name, including the pantry area that we have. So if Connor is looking for something specific to know if he's trying to make a recipe or doing other things, it's kind of all on here. So I have calculated how many packages of ground beef we have, if we have, what types of oils we have, what types of Asian seasonings we have. So right up here is in this top freezer, is located up here. This one is in a baking shelf next door. This one is in the top shelf over here. This one is in our pantry. This one is all of our oils. And this one is in our other pantry area. And so it just kind of describes everything that's here. It's a low-tech solution that I think really helps us out when it comes to just trying to find items and organize for daily life.
She says it's for me, but in reality it's for her. She has to having me ask her, hey babe, do we have grapeseed oil? Hey babe, do we have turmeric? Hey babe, do we have XYZ? So she came up with this, so that I had to stop asking. But I still ask.
And I tell him, did you look at the sheet? And his response is, no. And I say, okay, go look at the sheet and tell me if we have it.
Happens daily.
Another, I wouldn't call it accessibility feature. I would just call it like accessibility hack.
Because I get so damn cold in the winter.
Is this heat bag, I guess you would call it. It's filled with barley. We usually stick it in the microwave.
It has a hole in it.
It has 2 holes in it.
But my mother got it for me, and we don't know where she got it, so we can't replace it.
I mean, we have thought about making it, but then it would be making it and honestly, I have the outside contraption. I literally just need to fill it with barley and then sew it up at the end. So, I mean, maybe we could think about getting a new one.
Also, silver lining of using barley is that if you make it hot enough, it smells really good.
Well, be careful because if you make it too hot, it smells like burnt popcorn. So,
yes.
There's a fine line.
When you make it just right, it smells like freshly brewed beer.
But yeah, we usually put it in for 1.5 minutes. That's kind of per our microwave, what it the wattage and stuff. That's really the comfortable temperature for Connor. Usually if we put it anything longer than 1.5 minutes, it's really hot and can burn.
I feel like I can take it usually, but
it also depends on how cold his feet are. Sometimes even 1.5 minutes feels like it's too much.
Yeah.
So
it's probably been long enough.
Yeah.
I'll try it. Take it out. And we'll pan down. We have to get the cat up on my feet. If I'm lucky, she'll lay on my feet and it won't need the beanbag. But she doesn't stay long, so the beanbag is our alternative. And there we go. My feet will stay warm for 30 to 45 minutes.
And we repeat the process. So thanks for joining us on our little adventure of checking out everything equipment wise. Well, I guess not equipment wise, item wise, and random things around our home that help Connor and I live a more self-sufficient
Yeah.
lifestyle.
And there are a few items that we probably were thinking about getting that we don't. Thanks, Alexa. This is why we don't love Alexa, because she listens in. But yeah, I think we have items on our list that we're considering adding to our repertoire.
Yeah.
The kitty.
Yeah, the like robo litter robot. We're not 100% sure we're investing, $700 or whatever a litter robot is if our cats aren't even going to use it. So that's where we're kind of a little hesitant. Like, it does bring us independence as a couple.
Yep.
But it also is like, well, if our animals don't use it, like, that's not independence.
Yeah, I mean, my concern is anytime I've ever bought anything nice for my cats, they're like, meh. They're like, bro, I just like the box demon. But yeah, so that's one.
So if you have a litter robot in your home, did your cats take a while to get used to it? Did they not use it at all? Just kind of.
Also, would you say that it added to your independence as a disabled person, or was it more just like a bougie item that you bought because you wanted to be bougie?
It's aristocratic.
You're right, it is aristocratic. Thank you for pointing that out.
I think. Oh, the other item that we didn't really show, and we don't really have a whole lot, is Connor does like plants.
Yes.
And so one of the things, they have like the watering canister where like you can fill up the whole container with water and you don't have to constantly be watering them. I feel like that's.
I just don't trust it. Like, I feel like it's gonna kill my plants.
But I think that's something that we have thought about investing all of our plants, because that is something Connor likes. We just haven't made the jump yet.
I mean, they do make very like expensive versions of that where you can control it with your phone, but they're just
very expensive.
Way too expensive. Yeah, I mean, as I'm sure you're all aware, balancing accessibility acts with
budget
is huge, and what you've probably noticed is many of ours are low budget items.
Oh, the other thing that, I mean, it's not an everyday use item, but we do have an AirTag on your chair.
We do have an AirTag on my chair. That is more for peace of mind when flying. I don't want to talk about it too much here because
I mean, it's just something that popped into my head.
We will be talking about that in our travel videos. But yeah, we have AirTag my chair to make sure the airlines don't lose it in luggage or whatnot. It's also nice when you're actually on the tarmac to know if the chair
made it onto the plane.
Made it onto the plane. Peace of mind, But yeah, there's any items that you all use that we don't. We are always up for tips. So please, drop a comment, let us know what you use every day and what makes your life easier. Hope you enjoyed the video.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Don't forget to subscribe, hit the thumbs up, do all that fun stuff.
Bye.
Bye.